Gareth, first things first, your parents are here.
Yes.
Hello. Give us a wave. Hello. What do you think? Very good. Did you know he was capable of this? Okay, fair enough.
And they're still my parents.
Absolutely. And the second thing is let's talk mainly about first about the fight at the end between Mad Dog and yourself. I mean, Iko, how are you not dead? First of all, and how long did that take to shoot the final fight?
For the final fight, it was about like 6 minutes non-stop sort of action. Usually you look to have about 2 to 3 days to shoot every minute of action. So ideally we wanted to have about 14, 15 days of shooting on it, but we only had 8. So it was a little bit tight. So the guys had to basically get beaten up relentlessly for like 14 hours a day on consecutive days for like 8 days. So yeah.
Oh my god. And Iko, I'm serious, how are you not dead? Because you actually got a few injuries in this film, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's on. I think it's on. Is it on?
Don't use this one.
Beat it in submission.
No, this one isn't on actually.
Smack it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
Gimana proses syuting karena pasti lo ada banyak sakit cedera ya, injury ya.
Saya di Indonesia ya.
Yes.
Syuting berjalan alhamdulillah lancar dan pasti setiap adegan fighting kita karena full body contact dan tidak ada trik-trik kamera untuk semua fight ya, sampai semua fighter pasti merasakan sakit dan ya semua full body contact, tapi sampai sekarang ya semua baik-baik saja.
He said, yeah, when we were shooting the film, like a lot of the fight scenes, we do it sort of like as much as we can, full body contact. So all the hits to the body are kind of real, and if we can get away with it, we put padding on them. But if we can't, sometimes we just, well, yeah. And he said that it wasn't just him who got injured, like a lot of the fighters also.
Yeah.
But so far, he said all of them are still alive, so it's okay.
There's always a sequel, right?
Yeah.
Always. I just want to talk about how you guys met, because a Welshman making a film, one of the greatest action films of the last 20 years in Indonesia, and Iko, you were a phone company salesman whenever you met.
Yeah.
How did the two of you get together?
Gareth falling in love with me.
Love at first sight.
Well, not at first sight. Took some work. Yeah, what happened with the way we met was that I got hired to do a documentary in Indonesia, and that documentary was all about pencak silat, the martial art that we use in the film. And like I'd never seen that martial art before. I'd been a fan of kung fu and Muay Thai movies, but never seen silat, and I was kind of fascinated by the process of it. Yeah. And while we were making the documentary, I got to learn a lot about the culture, and we kind of traveled through like 5 different cities and meet 5 different masters of silat, and one of the masters we met was his teacher. Okay. And while we were filming the teacher, like he was there doing a practice session, and when we saw him doing the practice, it was something kind of like clicked immediately. Like me and my wife were like videotaping for research, and we were both like, this guy's got like a screen presence about him. There was something that kind of stood out. And so, yeah, we tailor-made some films to promote him. And he didn't trust me at first, because it was like this white guy coming to the country and giving him false promises of films and things. And yeah, so it took a while to convince him. I think you said earlier you didn't believe me until the first day of production. So, yeah.
So what did you think, Iko, when this guy turns up and says, "Kid, I want to put you in the movies"? What did you think?
Yeah, the first time I'm not trust him, but karena mungkin dari Gareth, dia mau ngangkat salah satu budaya Indonesia, silat, martial art silat, dan dia mau coba untuk bikin film action di Indonesia. Memang film action di Indonesia banyak, cuman mungkin nggak ada untuk mau ngangkat film martial art. Jadi dia mau ngangkat film martial art Indonesia, silat, ya saya mungkin jadi mau.
He said that there's a lot of sort of like movies made in Indonesia, obviously every year. Some of them action based, but like so few were ever sort of to do with silat. And so once he found out that what I wanted to do was to kind of like push and promote silat as a martial arts discipline that could be kind of like taken seriously in like this genre, that's when his sort of interest peaked. And yeah, it was like a good mission for him too.
Excellent. And you're not working for the phone company anymore. That's gone.
Yeah, no.
Depends how the sequel goes.
Looking for a good deal if I can go over to Indonesia. Let's get some questions from you guys now. Yep, right there.
How much time did you spend in pre-production choreographing those amazing fight scenes?
Like before we start pre-production properly with the rest of the cast and crew, we spend at least like 3 months just designing all of the fights. So it's like me, Iko, and Yayan, the guy who played Mad Dog, and the three of us will be in like in one room with a bunch of crash mats, because we need crash mats, and a handy cam, and we go through every scene of the film. And like I've usually got like the treatment nailed down by then, and I can give them like detail then in terms of how many opponents are there, what are the weapons, what's the location, what's the sort of situation, what's the atmosphere like in the fight scene. You know, we go in really aggressive, or well, everything's kind of really aggressive in this one, but like we were trying to figure out like exactly what the right tone of the fight scene should be, and I give them all those elements, and then they fill in the gaps then. So they come in with like, okay, well, this elbow, this punch, this throw, this lock, this kick, and yeah, we workshop it together, find a way to kind of get like all of the scenes to have certain like, you know, peaks and troughs and things, and get like a dynamic for the fight scene. So then yeah, at the end of that 3 months, we do a video storyboard, and that video storyboard is a way to kind of previs the entire fight. So we do every single shot as it would be in the final film, then. So we have a sort of a template that we can work from, and that's kind of beneficial to us because it's kind of like a safety net, because we're still in our infancy when it comes to doing martial arts films, to doing action scenes, and so that's like a backup. We can give that to all of the sort of different departments, so that our camera and lighting guys, they know exactly what's required in every shot. Art know where to put padding in the walls to stop people from getting concussed. Makeup and continuity know who bleeds when and how much, and all the fighters know exactly how many times they're going to get kicked and punched in every shot. And so then when we're in production then on the film, we have that sort of that edited version on the laptop ready for us. So then as we keep shooting the actual proper production value shots of it, we're dropping those shots into the editing version, into Final Cut Pro, so that we can see it slowly take shape, slowly start to become the version we want it to be in the end. And the benefit is that if we do that on location, and at that time, we know if one of the edits is jarring, if it doesn't kind of come together right. So then we can be still on location, have to pay for the studio again, and just shoot something to fix it then. That was a long answer, wasn't it?
Good one. Yes, please. Sir.
It was mentioned in the intro that this is the festival cut of the film.
Yeah.
Is there another cut for cinema release, or do you feel you'll have to make cuts prior to release?
I hope not. Depends on what the BBFC say. This is like the uncut, the absolutely untouched uncut version that we sent to festivals, and this also contains the original Indonesian soundtrack for the film as well. The only differences so far between this and the US version is like the soundtrack, because they rescored it then for the US. But other than that, hopefully no changes.